My dear students, I welcome you all to study a new lesson today. Madam rides the bus. This lesson is written by Valli Kannan. Valli Kannan is the pseudonym of R.S. Krishnaswamy, a Tamil writer, journalist, critic, translator from Tamil Nadu. He was born on 12th November 1920. He died on 9th November 2006. This lesson, Madam Rides the Bus, is about a brave 8-year-old girl who had a strong desire and along with the courage to fulfill. She liked gazing at the hustle and bustle of the street, and her favorite part was the sight of a bus arriving and departing. Thus, she developed a deep desire to travel bus. For that, she needed all sorts of information about the bus journey, collect the bus fare, and then plan it so that she could be back at home before her mother woke up from her afternoon nap. Thus, the story brings us recounts of how innocently but responsibly she fulfilled her deepest desire, and her experience on the bus ride. How an incident makes her realize the reality of death. These things we are going to discuss in this lesson. My dear students, please watch this animated video of this lesson.
Hello students, today we are going to study the story Madam Rides the Bus, written by Valli Kannan. Let us talk a little about the writer before delving into the story. The Tamil writer, journalist, critic and translator R.S. Krishnaswamy used the pseudonym Valli Kannan. In 1978, he received the Sahitya Academy Award for his critical work called The Birth and Growth of Modern Tamil Poetry. He died in 2006. We shall now begin with the story. Right at the beginning, we are introduced to the 8-year-old girl, Valliammai or Valli. She is the central character of today's story. Valli is a loner who prefers observing the street from a front door rather than playing with the children of her age. Among all the things she observes, she is particularly interested in a bus. The bus travels between her village and the town. She is envious of her friends who get to ride the bus and visit the town. She desperately longs for a chance to do the same. Often, one of her friends would ride a bus and describe the sights of the town to the other girls. Valli and her friends would taunt her and call her proud. Neither Valli nor her friends understand what proud means and use it as a slang. From this little interaction, we learn how certain foreign words infiltrate the vocabulary of local or rural people with changed meanings. Just as many villagers wish to get a taste of city life, they also aspire for an English education. Let us come back to the story. Valli gathers information about the town by listening to the passengers who travel by the bus. She learns that the bus takes 45 minutes to reach the city and the fare for one way is 30 paisa. It is difficult for her to afford both-way rides, but she does not give up hope. She plans, calculates and recalculates. One spring afternoon, she finally manages to board the bus. The good-humored bus conductor jokes at her precociousness. He addresses her as Madam and incites laughter from the passengers. Valli soon gets busy, admiring the interiors of the bus and the scenery outside. She has to stand on her seat to peer outside. A concerned passenger asks her to sit down, afraid she would hurt herself. She retorts, that she is not a child because she has paid the fare like the adults. Next, an elderly woman notices her traveling alone and expresses her concern. Valli judges the woman by her unattractive appearance and behaves badly with her. The author then describes how painstakingly Valli has managed to save money for her trip. She has resisted the temptations of buying peppermints, toys, balloons, or riding the merry-go-round at the village fair. To escape notice, she has planned the trip round the time when her mother naps in the afternoon. All this indicates the intensity of her desire to visit the town. Next, we see Valli's first experience of a moving bus. The thrill of her first ride is expressed in how she observes the motion of the bus. The bus rolled on now, cutting across a bare landscape, now rushing through a tiny hamlet or past an odd wayside shop. Sometimes the bus seemed on the point of gobbling up another vehicle that was coming towards them or a pedestrian crossing the road. Suddenly, the bus encounters a disturbed cow running wildly in the middle of the road. Being too young, the girl fails to understand the cow's pain and laughs uncontrollably at the funny sight. The bus finally moves into the town. It is Valli's first sight of the town. Valli is filled with wonder at the abundance of glittering merchandise and people. The conductor offers to buy Valli a cold drink. Noticing her reluctance to explore the place, she refuses the drink as she has no money to pay for it. Thus, little Valli proves her integrity. On the way back home, she is just as interested in the sights outside as before. However, soon she has her first encounter with death, which greatly dampens her spirits. The cow, which had been galloping on the road, has met with an accident. It now lies dead on the road. The ghastly sight fills her with terror, and she loses her interest in the scenery outside. She probably also realizes that her thoughtless laughter at the animal's plight on the up journey had been insensitive. She, however, regains her spirits by the time she reaches back to her village in the afternoon. She bids a friendly goodbye to the conductor, who invites her for another ride whenever she wishes. Back home, she overhears her mother's conversation with an aunt. The words spoken by her mother are symbolic in the sense that Valli can connect it with her recent adventure. Her mother says, "It is not possible to know everything that happens around us." Moreover, knowledge alone does not guarantee understanding. Valli smiles at the knowledge that her mother will never discover her secret. With that, we come to the end of our video lesson. Hope you liked the story of Little Valli. See you soon in our next video.
This lesson is in the textbook First Flight. Lesson number 9. Madam Rides the Bus by Valli Kannan. Just before we have seen that animated video. Really, this story is about an 8-year-old girl named Valli Ammai, or preferably Valli. Just like every child, Valli is eager to know about new and unknown things, because of which she can spend all day looking at the hustle and bustle of the street. This is the first line of the story. In this sensitive story, it is a sensitive story. An 8-year-old girl's first bus journey. This is sensitive story. It is about an 8-year-old girl, about her first bus journey into the world outside her village. It is also her induction, the meaning of the word induction, the process or action of bringing about or giving rise to something into mystery of life and death. She comes to know about the mystery of life and death. She sees the gap between our knowing that there is death and our understanding of it. What is death? She comes to know about it in this lesson. And what is our understanding? What is her understanding? There was a girl named Valliyamai who was called Valli for short. She was 8 years old, very curious. Curious, here the meaning of the word curious, eager to know or learn something about the things which is running around us. Her favorite pastime, hobby, standing in the front doorway, that is the entrance to a room or building through the door. She was standing doorway of her house, watching what is happening in the street outside. There were no playmates. Playmates here, a friend with whom a child plays of her own age on her street. Because he has no friends to play with, so only options he has to look at what is going on outside. This is the option for her to spend her time. But for Valli, standing at the front door was every bit as enjoyable as any of the elaborate games other children played. She would watch that and she would enjoy the games. Watching the street gave her many new, unusual many experiences she got. The most fascinating thing of all was the bus that traveled between her village and the nearest town. It is the most fascinating thing. Here the meaning of the word fascinating is attractive thing. This one was very attractive to her. It passed through her street each hour, once going to the town and once coming back. The sight of the bus, filled each time with a new set of passengers, was a source of unending joy for Valli. Every time, new set of passengers she could see in the bus. Day after day, she watched the bus. Gradually, a tiny wish, a small wish, desire crept, the meaning of the word crept, moved slowly and carefully in order to avoid being heard and noticed. So she got the desire. What is the desire? She got the desire into her head and grew there. She wanted to ride on the bus. Even if just once, at least one time, I have to take the travel in the bus. This wish became stronger. Initially it was smaller, tiny wish. Here it has become stronger and stronger until it was an overwhelming desire, very intense, hard to deal with. Overwhelming is, what is that? Very intense and hard to deal with. It has become overwhelming desire. Valli would stare wistfully, here longingly. The meaning of the word wistfully, longingly. See, look at the people who got on or off the bus when it stopped at the street corner. Their faces would kindle. Actually, kindle here, meaning of the word set alight a fire. Her feelings here, in her longings, dreams and hopes. What are her longing and dreams and hopes? She want to take a travel in the bus. If one of her friends happened to ride the bus, try to describe the sights. Here sights is managed to see or observe from the bus. The sights of the town to her, Valli would be too jealous to listen and would shout in English, proud, proud. Because she already had the desire in her heart. When any one of her friends happened to ride the bus and try to describe the sights of the town to her, she would say this word, proud, proud. She would shout. Neither she nor her friends really understood the meaning of the word proud. But they used it often as a slang expression, that is an informal slang expression, meaning of the word, informal words often used within a close group. They understood that it is an expression of disapproval because she had the desire to see all the things. She did not have the experience, she did not have the opportunity to go there. When the things are like it, when she hears the things from her friend, she used to say this word. Over many days, many months, Vali listened carefully to the conversations between her neighbors and people who regularly use the bus. She also asked a few here careful, prudent in one's speech or actions, especially in order to keep something confidential or to avoid embarrassment. So she asked a few discreet questions here and there. She would ask about the town, she was asked about the way, the road, so many questions she would ask about that. And this way she picked up various small details about the bus journey. The town was 6 miles from her village. 6 miles from village. The fare, what is the fare? 30 paise. 30 paise, one way fare, 30 paise, which is almost nothing at all. And she heard one well-dressed man say to the valley, who scarcely, that is the meaning of the word, hardly saw that much money from one month to the next. It seemed a fortune, a large amount of money or assets, because it is very difficult to collect the money for her. 30 paise. The fare, 30 paise here, one way journey to the town. The trip to the town took 45 minutes, actually the traveling time 45 minutes. On reaching the town, if she stayed in her seat and paid another 30 paise, she could return home on the same bus. This is the plan. This meant that she could take the 1 o'clock afternoon bus, reach the town 1:45 and be back home by about 2:45, because reaching the town 1 o'clock, after that taking the bus 1 o'clock and reaching 1:45 and 50 minutes rest there, and they will start from there 2 o'clock and they will reach home 2:45. She collected all the information about it. This means here 1:45 reaching and 15 minutes test, taking a rest and coming back 2:45. She collected all the informations about it. On and on went her thoughts. She calculated, she recalculated, she planned, she replanned. So this is her strong desire to go to the town, to take bus travel. Well, one fine spring day, here spring day is actually really the month before in March, spring day, the afternoon bus was just on the point of leaving the village and turning into the main highway, when a small voice was heard shouting, "Stop the bus! Stop the bus!" A tiny hand, small hand was raised commandingly. Here commandingly is having command, controlling. They heard a small, a tiny voice, small sound, little sound, and tiny hand was raised commandingly. What is that? Stop the bus! Stop the bus! The bus slowed down to crawl, and the conductor, sticking his head out the door, and said, "Hurry, then tell whoever it is to come quickly." And immediately the conductor began to call. And this Vali says, "It's me," shouted Vali, says here, 8-year-old girl. "I am the one who has to get on." By now the bus had to come to the stop. And the conductor said, "Oh, really? You don't say so." So here, what is that? It is me. And small girl, 8-year-old girl, they thought that the village people, actually the family members, other family members are coming after her. But she alone is to take the bus. "Yes, I simply have to go to the town," said Vali, still standing outside the bus. "And here is my money." She showed him some coins, whatever she collected for the money. Okay, but first you must get on the bus." The conductor called. He stretched out hand to help her up. "Never mind," she said. I can get on by myself. You need not to help me. You don't have to help me." The conductor was jolly, happy and cheerful and short and fond of joking. Actually, this is a character of the conductor. "Oh, please don't be angry with me, my fine madam," he said. Actually, he began to call madam. Here, have a seat right up there in front. She showed the seat. She told her to sit there. Everybody move aside. Please make a way for madam. Actually, conductor began to say this. It was a slack time. Slack time, the meaning of the word time when there is not much work of the day. Slack time of the day. There were only 6 or 7 passengers on the bus because the day is afternoon time. So what is that? Only few passengers were 6 or 7 passengers on the bus. 1 p.m. So everybody, they moved. And there they were all looking at Valli and laughing with the conductor. Valli was overcome with the shyness, the meaning of the word, the quality or the state of being shy, avoiding everyone's eyes, and she walked quickly to an empty seat and sat down. May we start now, madam? And the conductor asked, smiling. He blew his whistle twice. The bus moved forward with a roar, with a sound. Here, roar, here's a loud sound. It was new bus, its outside painted gleaming. Here the meaning of the word gleaming, a reflecting light typically because very clean and polished. Gleaming white with some green stripes along the sides. Inside the overhead bars shone, here meaning of the word give out bright light like silver. Directly in front of Valli, above the windshield, there was a beautiful clock. The seats were soft and luxurious. Valli devoured, here meaning of the word devoured, looked at and observed the view, devoured everything with her eyes. She was very happy to look at everything. But when she started to look outside, she found her view cut off by a canvas. Here canvas is a strong, coarse, unbleached cloth made from hemp, flax or similar yarn. Canvas blind, here blind, a screen for a window, especially one a roller or made of slates. So blind that covered the lower parts of her window. She began to look outside. She stood up on the seat and peered, meaning of the word, look with difficulty, concentration at someone or something over the blind. So looked outside. The bus was now going along the bank. Here the bank is the land alongside. The land alongside or sloping down to a river or lake. Here is the bank of a canal. Canal is an artificial waterway constructed to allow water for irrigation. The road was very narrow. On one side there was a canal and beyond it palm trees, grassland, distant mountains, and the blue sky, beautiful scenery outside. On the other side was a deep ditch. Here the meaning of the word ditch, a narrow channel dug at the side of the road or field to hold or carry away water. And then acre and acres of green fields, green as far as the eye could see. Oh, it's what all so wonderful scene. Suddenly she was startled by a voice. What is that? Listen, child, said the voice. You should not stand like that. Sit down. Now the voice came to her, and sitting down she looked to see who had spoken to her. And it was an elderly man who had honestly been concerned for her. She was annoyed by his attention. Annoyed is angry. There was nobody here who is a child. She began to say this. She said proudly, I have paid my 30 paise like everyone else. The conductor chimed in here to interrupt and speak in a conversation, usually to agree with what has been said. Oh, sir, but this is a very grown-up madam. Do you think a mere, here mere is small and insignificant. Do you think a mere girl could pay her own fare and travel to the city all alone? Valli shot an angry glance, took a brief angry glance and said, took a brief and hurried look at the conductor and said, I am not a madam, please remember that. And you have not yet given me my ticket. And she is asking the ticket. I will remember, the conductor said, mimicking, copying her tone. Everyone laughed and gradually Vali to join in the laughter. The conductor punched a ticket and handed it to her. Just sit back and make yourself comfortable. Why should you stand when you have paid for a seat? Conductor says, because I want to. She says, I want to. And so standing up again, she wanted to see outside. But if you stand on the seat, you may fall and hurt yourself when the bus makes a sharp turn or hits bump. Here bump is a speed breaker. That's why we want you to sit down, child. They say, the conductor also say this. Here bump is a speed breaker. I'm not a child, I tell you, she said irritably. I'm 8-year-old. Of course, how stupid of me. 8 years. My. The bus stopped. Some new passengers got on. And the conductor got busy for a time after losing her seat. Vali finally sat down. An elderly woman came and sat beside her. Are you all alone, dear? She asked Vali as the bus started again. Vali found the woman absolutely repulsive. The meaning of the word repulsive, causing strong dislike. Such a big holes, because this big holes he had in her ear lobes. Her ear lobes, a soft, rounded, fleshly part hanging from the lower margin of the ear. And such ugly earrings in them. She looked and she did not like it. She could smell the betel nut. Here betel nut is astringent seed of an areca palm. Though used that old women used to take. She could smell the betel nut. The woman was chewing, and the sea beetle juice that was threatening to spill over her lips at any moment, because she did not like it. Oh, who would be sociable with such a person? Here, sociable is willing to talk and engage in activities with other people friendly. She did not like to talk to her. Yes, I am traveling alone. She says here, I am traveling alone. She answered curtly, here showing displeasure. I have got a ticket too. Yes, she is on her way to town. Now the conductor said, with a 30 paisa ticket. Oh, why doesn't you mind your business? Said Vali. Now, Vali did not like the intervention of this old lady. But she laughed all the same time, and the conductor laughed too. But the old woman went on with her drivel. Here, drivel meaning of the word silly nonsense. Is it proper for such a young person to travel alone? She continues these questions. Do you know exactly where you are going in town? What is the street? What is the house number? She asked everything. You needn't bother about me. I can take care of myself, Vali said, turning her face towards the window. Staring, here the meaning of the word staring, look fixedly, vacantly at someone or something with one's eye wide open out. Her first journey, this is the first journey. What a careful, painstaking, done with here employing great care and thoroughness. Elaborate, here meaning of the word involving many carefully arranged parts of details. Elaborate plans she had to make for it. She had a thriftily, meaning of the word spent money carefully. Saved whatever stray coins came her way, resisting every temptation to buy peppermints, toys, balloons and the like. Finally she had saved a total 60 paisa. How difficult had been, particularly that day at the village fair. She had resolutely In an admirable, purposefully determined way, she stifled, she controlled her all the desire with a determination, a strong desire to ride the merry-go-round. She controlled the desire even though she had the money, because she collected the money to take a travel in the bus. After she had enough money, she saved. Her next problem was how to slip out of the house without her mother's knowledge. But she managed this without too much difficulty. After she had enough money, she saved the 30 paise. She wanted to come out of the house. She found the time. Every day after lunch, her mother would nap from about 1 to 4. Nap, the meaning of the word short sleep. Valli always used these hours for her excursions. An excursion is a trip usually made for leisure. She stood looking from the doorway of her house, sometimes even ventured out. Here, ventured out is cautiously, courageously. She come out of the house, went to village. Today, the same hours could be used for her first excursion outside the village. The bus rolled on, now cutting across a bare landscape. Now she came in the middle time, in the afternoon time when mother was taking short sleep. Bare landscape is a dry bare, has a very few plants and no trees. Now rushing through a tiny hamlet. Here hamlet is a small settlement, small village. Past an odd wayside shop. Now this is the description about the way the bus is taking the travel. Sometimes the bus seemed to on the point of gobbling. Here gobbling is a large organization incorporate or take over a smaller one, gobbling up another vehicle that was coming towards them, pedestrian crossing the road. But lo, behold, somehow it passed smoothly, leaving all obstacles safely began. Obstacle is the hurdles. Trees came running towards them, but then stopped. The bus reached them, simply stood there helpless for a moment by the side of the road before rushing away in the other direction. The bus slowed to gravel, and the driver sounded his horn loudly again and again. The more he horned, more frightened the animal became. Faster it gallop here proceeded at great speed, always right in front of the bus. A cow came in front of them. Somehow this was a funny to Valli. She laughed and laughed until there were tears in her eyes. Hey lady, haven't you laughed enough? Now the conductor also in between is talking. Better save some for tomorrow. Now at last the cow moved off the road, and soon the bus came to railroad crossing. Speck, here the meaning of the word tiny spot. A speck of the train could be seen in the distance, growing bigger and bigger as it drew near. Drew near is came near. It rushed past, crossing the gate with a tremendous, here very great an amount, scale or intensity. Roar, rattle, shaking the bus. Then bus went on past the train station. From there it traversed. Meaning of the word travel across through. Traverse a busy, well laid out shopping street. Now it reached the town. Turning, entered a wider thoroughfare. Here is a busy public road. Such big, bright looking shops. What glittering display of clothes and merchandise. Big crowd. She was shocked with wonder. Valli gaped, looked with eyes wide open at everything, the town. Then the bus stopped. Everyone got off except Valli. Hey lady, said the conductor, aren't you ready to get off? This is as far your 30 paise takes you. Now, no, I am going back on this same bus. She took another 30 paise from her pocket, handed the coins to the conductor. Why? Is something the matter? No, nothing is the matter. I just felt like having a bus ride, that's all. Now he says that I wanted to take travel, so that I took money and came here. Don't you come? Don't you want to have a look at the sights? Here is a catch, an initial glimpse of. Now you are here. Do you want to see the town? All by myself, I would be much too afraid. Greatly amused, here many of the word finding something funny and entertaining by the girl's way of speaking, the conductor said, "But you are not afraid to come in the bus." But she was sitting inside. When she was asked to come out, she said that I was afraid. But he says that you are not afraid to come in the bus. Nothing to be afraid of about that, she answered. Well then, why not to go to that stall over there, have something to drink? The conductor says, nothing to be afraid about that either. Oh no, I couldn't do that. Well, then let me bring you a cold drink, the conductor says. No, I don't have enough money. Just give me my ticket, that's all. This is the words of that 8-year-old girl. Oh no, because he had only 60 paise. It will be my treat, not cost you anything. The conductor gave the cold drinks. No, no, no. She said firmly, please no. The conductor shrugged the meaning of that, raised one shoulder slightly and momentarily expressed doubt, ignorance, indifference. Shrugged, and they waited until it was time for the bus to begin the return journey. Again there were not many passengers. Would your mother be looking for you, waiting for you? The conductor asked. No, no, no. One will be looking for me. No one will be looking for me, she said here. The bus started again. There were the same wonderful sights. Valli was not bored in the slightest. Greeted everything with the same excitement she felt the first time. Suddenly she saw a young cow lying dead. Actually, in the first time she saw that. Now she saw that it was lying dead by the roadside. Because it had been struck by some fast-moving vehicle. Isn't that the same cow that ran in front of the bus on our trip to the town? She asked the conductor. The conductor nodded. Yes. She was overcome with sadness after looking at the dead cow. What had been lovable, beautiful creatures just a little while ago had now suddenly lost its charm, its life. Looked so horrible, so frightening, because it lay dead. She was very sad after seeing the blood, lifeless eyes. The bus moved on, the memory of the dead haunted her, dampening her enthusiasm. She no longer wanted to look outside of the window. She sat thus, glued to her seat until the bus reached her village at the 3:40. She no longer wanted to look outside. She was very sad. She stood up and stretched herself. Then she turned to the conductor and said, well sir, I hope to see you again. Now the bus reached the village. Actually 2:45 here at the time. Yeah, some mistakes here. The bus reached the town. She came with a sad moment. She said, I'll see you. See, the conductor also said, okay madam. He answered, smiling, whenever you feel like a bus ride, come and join. And don't forget to bring your fare. She laughed and jumped down from the bus. Then away she went, running straight for home. She entered her house. She found her mother awake and talking to one of Valli's aunts, one from the south street. This aunt was a real chatterbox, never closing her mouth once she started talking. And where have you been? Her aunt asked. Valli came inside. She spoke very casually, not expecting a reply. Valli just smiled and mother and aunt went on with their conversation. Yes, you're right, her mother said. So many things in our midst, in the middle of us, in the world outside. How can we possibly know about everything? So many things. Even when we know about something, we often can't understand it completely. This is a conversation. Can we? Oh yes, see, interfere here. Wally breathe. What? Asked the mother. What is that you say? Oh, said Wally. I was just agreeing with you and what you said about the things happening without our knowledge. Now she is mentioning about the death of the cow. Just a chit of a girl, she is, said her aunt. Yet look how she pokes her nose. Here pokes her nose is takes an interest in something that does not concern her.